Most people don't realize they're living on autopilot. Not because they're asleep, not because they're unintelligent, but because default consciousness feels normal. It feels normal when you've lived inside it long enough. You wake up already thinking, you move through the day reacting, you manage stress, manage emotions, manage identity. And because you're functioning, you assume you're living. But there's a quiet sense many people carry right now that life feels thin, compressed, rushed, harder than it should be. And that's not imagination. That's the cost of unconscious momentum. Ancient teachings describe this as the wide road. Not as judgment, but as description. The wide road is wide because it requires no awareness. You follow thought automatically. Emotion dictates behavior. Urgency becomes normal. Distraction becomes regulation. You seek certainty, you seek relief, you seek reassurance. The road feels populated because everyone's on it. But this road doesn't lead to collapse, it leads to numbness. Anxiety that never fully resolves. Rest that doesn't restore. Busyness that masks emptiness. A life lived secondhand through thought. A living body with a muted life. The narrow road is not moral. It's not religious. It's not about being better. It's about direct experience. Ancient contemplative traditions, long before psychology, pointed to the same thing. Awakening begins when awareness turns inward and stays. The narrow road is narrow because you can't bring your stories with you. You can't outsource responsibility. You can't bypass sensation. And you can't escape into thinking. It's just awareness, body, and what's here right now. That's why few find it. Not because it's hidden, but because it removes escape. Presence feels hard because it removes your exits. Most people don't realize how many exits they use all day. Thinking ahead, replaying the past, checking the phone, staying busy, speeding up. Those aren't flaws, they're regulation strategies. So when you slow down and stay present, those exits disappear. No numbing, no mental storytelling to soften the sensations, no rushing past what the body is feeling. And the nervous system reacts. It says, this is unsafe. But what it really means is, this is unfamiliar. A system trained on escape interprets stillness as threat. Silence feels loud, sensations feel intense, awareness feels destabilizing. Not because presence is dangerous, but because the body has learned that movement and distraction equals safety. This is where most people turn back. Not because they're weak, but because they mistake discomfort for danger. Here's what changes everything. When distraction stops working, when coping no longer soothes, when silence presses instead of comforts, nothing is wrong. But here's the path. This isn't failure, it's capacity forming. The nervous system is outgrowing anesthesia. Awareness is asking to be embodied and not avoided. What feels like constriction is actually reorganization. The exits are closing because presence is opening. Life doesn't mean comfort. It doesn't mean ease. It doesn't mean certainty. It means capacity. A nervous system that can rest without distraction a mind that no longer dominates, emotion that moves instead of traps, action that's clean and not frantic, life that's lived, not managed, felt, not performed, embodied, not theorized. This is not transcendence, it's integration, not escape from life, but inhabiting it fully. This road isn't walked perfectly. You won't stay present all the time. Nobody does. What matters is recognition, because once you recognize the narrow road, you can't unsee it. You don't need to push forward. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to get anywhere today. Just don't abandon yourself when it gets tight. That's the road.